This video is brought to you by Huel and Liquid IV. More on them in just a bit.
What's going on, citizens of the Reject Nation? My name is Aaron. It's my roommate, Andrew. Hey. We are the Real Roomies. In 2025, we want to try something a little bit different, being more authentic with our approach. Not to say we're inauthentic, but kind of just come at it from kind of examine how these movies affect us in our day-to-day and talk about how we're feeling. Just to give you guys a little insight, I'm a little sad, a little down today. I'm just now telling my roommate.
What did I do?
Something you did. I actually lost my job today.
What? Oh, Aaron. I'm so sorry. I'm literally finding this out in real time on camera.
Yeah, so I'm feeling a little anxious, a little sad, but I'm excited to see how this movie affects me and, you know, learning more about Malcolm X and his life. And Malcolm X is played by Denzel Washington and is directed by
Spike Lee.
And I'm excited to watch this. I know it's a hefty boy. It's 3 hours and 22 minutes, so I look forward to getting into it. Andrew, how are you doing?
Well, since you shared this, I'll just really quickly, I haven't shared this on camera yet. I didn't lose my job per se, but as you guys know, I do private baseball lessons. The baseball cage that I worked out of was in the Pacific Palisades, which completely burned down, and most of my clients' homes burned down. So I've been very down the last week in general. Not only is it a major source of income, but it's something that on top of this, which I love sharing with you guys, and I work with the best team here at Real Rejects. It's just something I love to do. I love working with kids, and I love inspiring them, and just getting to work with them on, you know, just the mechanics and the mental side of baseball. It's my passion. And so not being able to do that for 2 weeks for something that's completely out of my control has just really gotten me down. But, you know, it's been a trying time. Like, I'm just grateful everyone's okay and safe. And on top of that, just on the less serious side, how am I doing today? I'm super duper tired. This is my third film reaction today. I know this is a phenomenal movie. My dad loves it. A lot of people seem to love it.
Yeah.
I know most people are going to say, are you dumb? Don't you remember what you learned from school? Guys, I don't remember what I did last week. So, I mean, yes, I did learn about Malcolm X in school. Of course, you know, I'm sure during the time I learned about Martin Luther King Jr. I remember what was going on through the time. So I'm hoping that this film re-enlightens what I learned.
If you want to know more about what's going on the channel, or if you just want to support, leave a comment, leave a like. You want to ring the bell. I'm doing a little light today. We ain't going to stream with it. And thank you so much to guys over at Prepper for cutting down these highlights. We appreciate you. And if you want to get super sexy, super cool, you want to go over to Patreon, where you can watch full-length watch-alongs, where you can sync up with your own copy with Greg and John and the rest of us here at the Reject team. But if you can't do that, that is A-okay. We also have things on social media that Greg and Roxy have been working really hard on over the past many months, and it's been awesome. If you want to get a little bit of flavor of something different from us, you want to go over there. I'm excited to experience this film and learn a little bit more about the 60s civil rights movement.
For sure. And just one other thing, we are watching this, I believe, on Drama Tuesday, if my memory serves correct, and also we are watching this also on Amazon Prime.
I'm ready to get into Malcolm X.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Who do we want to hear? Are we going to bring him on? Yes, we're going to bring him on. Well, let us hear from our minister, Minister Malcolm X.
Brothers and sisters,
bold intro.
that I charge the white man. I charge the white man with being the greatest murderer on earth.
Angela Bassett. Okay.
Everywhere he's gone, he's created destruction. So I charge you. I charge you with being the greatest kidnapper on this earth.
Oh my God, the Rodney King beat. Oh my, makes me so angry.
I charge the white man with being the greatest swine eater on this earth. The greatest drunkard on this earth. He can't deny the charges. You can't deny the charges.
Jeez.
You're not an American. You are the victim of America. You didn't have a choice coming over here. He didn't say, black man, black woman, come
Man,
on
I remember
over,
how
help me build America.
impactful that was, watching him get on camera like that. I wasn't alive, but obviously through history.
We didn't see any democracy on the streets of Harlem, in the streets of Brooklyn, in the streets of Detroit, and Chicago. Ain't no democracy down there. All we've seen is hypocrisy. We don't see any American dream.
Whew.
American nightmare.
Oh, it's forming an X.
Yeah, wow. is interesting. He has like a preacher-esque cadence to him, but it's from a place of frustration and a boiling point. That was a great intro.
No. Oh, definitely nailing the look of, I think, the 40s or 50s. I'm assuming this is a flashback to start out for Malcolm.
Yeah, I'm going to think this is a flashback, and it feels like the 40s to me.
I would love to be on a film set, like where they have where it's like a period piece.
Yeah. I would love to experience this time as well. Granted, within the community itself, not with the world at large.
Yeah. Is that Spike Lee?
It is Spike Lee. It was a good catch.
A young Spike Lee.
You got to die someday.
Probably mid-20s, early 30s when this movie came out.
Yeah, I have to
92.
imagine.
I wonder if they're really filming this in Boston.
You told me Sassy Frassy gave you the
Nah, that woman quit me. After I hit the number, that woman was no good to me at all. What happened? He said I was cheap because I wouldn't cop her a diamond ring. Cheap black son of a bitch.
Sassy Frassy?
Charlie, where's homeboy?
God, he looks so young in this. Damn, being this young and the enormity of this project. Like, damn.
Fix to get that first conclave on, eh, homeboy?
Very impressive.
Hot
Impressive
like
feat.
hell. Don't be scared, son. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
Speaking of looking young.
My hair was just like yours. Look what he did for me.
Say, baby, and keep your eyes shut.
said this was gonna sting, Shorty.
Yeah.
I was coloring his hair.
Feel good, don't it?
Yeah, real good, don't it?
Yeah, it's all right.
You're gonna feel better than that in a minute.
It is getting up a little bit there, Shorty.
Oh.
It's all right.
Feeling better and better, isn't it?
Hold on. I'm holding, but it's heating.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, man. It's going to be hot as hell. You got this.
Damn.
I'm holding on.
What they put in that thing, man? Damn.
I ain't got no skin on my head.
Oh, my God.
To burn your dang head off, bro.
It's straight though, right? I ain't doing this again.
Jesus.
Also, outside of this is very much kind of what it's like to be in the experience of a black barbershop, and it's interesting watching, even though this is the 40s, the tone of what it's like to be at a barbershop remains consistent over the past 80 plus years. Ooh, okay, brother, looking fresh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was worth it.
Looks white, don't it?
Oh, man.
Okay.
That
sucks.
You do it to assimilate.
Having to fit in that time.
Yeah.
Terrible. I could be wrong, but I think one of the guys in the barbershop was an actor that's also in a movie the same year with Eddie Murphy called The Distinguished Gentleman. Have you seen that one?
No, I never heard of it.
I love that movie.
A little 40 swag walk they got going. That's cool. The Zoot Suit era.
When my mother was pregnant with me,
Looks like a young kid with
on horseback
like a sense of purpose and adventure. Oh, God.
They brandished guns and shouted for my father to come out.
Oh, my God, no.
They could see her pregnant condition and told them that my father was in Milwaukee preaching.
He's in Milwaukee preaching.
Now, these hooded Klansmen said the good white Christians would not stand for his troublemaking and to get out of town.
Oh, my God.
Why? Why?
Because I hate what's different, man.
But you're not different. They're not.
Broke every window with their rifle butts before riding off into the night. They
Just
rode off into the
yourself
moonlight
if
on
you're
their
that
horses
miserable.
as suddenly as they had come.
Or seek mental help.
You see, my father was not a frightened, as most were then and as many still are today. He was 6'4", a very strong man. He believed, as did Marcus Garvey, that freedom, independence, and self-respect could never be achieved by the Negro in America.
He's just like me, for real.
That therefore black men should leave America and return to the land of their origin. Father dedicated his life to his beliefs because he had seen 4 of his 6 brothers die violently. 3 killed by white men.
Jesus.
My mother was a proud woman. She was very fair-skinned because her mother was by a white man.
Oh my God.
One of the reasons she married my father was because he was so black. She hated her complexion, the white blood in her body, and she wanted her children to have some color.
That was
in fact, I think this had a profound effect on me back then and on most Negroes today. Because so many were violated by the white man, the black man can't wait to get their hands on the white man's pride.
Wow. So he perceives it as like a revenge thing. Wow. That's an interesting take on it. Never thought about it that way.
wow. Really impressive choreography going on here.
Wow, they have so much style back there, man. I love those suits.
By the way, that was incredible use of narration and also really angered me so much.
Yeah. Spike Lee knows how to create a feeling.
Yeah.
How to bring that to the forefront.
Man, the group think and programming at that time. Wow. It's like something you would only think you'd see in movies, not in real life.
No, it's real life.
Yeah.
Not to the level that they've had, but I've lived it.
Oh, you recognize her? Theresa Randle. She was Bad Boys 1, 2, and 3. Marcus's wife.
Good to see her.
I think she retired after Bad Boys 3.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God. I would pull a hamstring doing that. I'm not limber. Not anymore, at least.
We really could cut a rug, man. We don't dance like this anymore.
Dude.
Woo! Okay, with the splits in the back.
I saw that. I felt it, too. Dude, I love the suit Denzel's wearing. Or Malcolm.
I just love the fact that they're able to be in the setting that is comprised of where they're comfortable at, because they're not allowed to be so expressive within like the outside world, outside of their community, because you can get in trouble.
Yeah.
Or trouble will find you. It's like this fusion of envy and admiration, which projects itself as hate. Woo!
Damn. I didn't know Spike Lee was going to get so much screen. I haven't seen a ton of his movies, but I didn't realize he was going to get so much screen time so early on.
Yeah, seems like he's going to be a prominent character in this movie.
Yeah.
I gotta go freshen up.
All right, baby. You come on back now.
All right, baby.
That chick is fine as May wine.
Ah.
Yeah, she a church girl, so I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Uh-oh, yeah. They did a good job of presenting her as something that stands out very early on before the scene kind of came to a culmination point. I mean, the dancing part of it anyway.
Right.
Want to dance?
Yeah.
What about Laura? Oh, there she is, Laura. See her in the background?
I was focused on the foreground right now. The Ho-Tep in me smells danger.
I have an idea, Red. Why don't you take that little girl home and come on back?
Oh.
What?
Just walk, baby. Don't run.
I'm just afraid of something might happen to him.
That's what I'm saying.
Either she's got a jealous boyfriend or husband, or she's setting him up. I don't know, but I'm afraid for him.
Exactly.
I know where you're going, Malcolm. I am not a total square. I know exactly what is happening,
I gotta go home. It's late. I gotta get up in the early in the morning. I gotta work tomorrow. So I call you tomorrow.
What for? I'm not white, and I don't. So why would you want to call me Malcolm?
Oh man.
Good night, Miss Johnson. I'll call you tomorrow.
It's interesting them portraying him. First of all, starting with that speech of how militaristic he is as far as his views against white people, but early on in his life, seemingly he has this admiration, even going so far as to make his hair straight to assimilate to white culture, and then leaving his the Christian girl for this the blonde chick.
My prayer.
I just wouldn't do this out in the open like this. This is my really worry.
Am I the first white woman you've been with?
No, you ain't. Shit, I done had plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is.
Did she just say what I think she just meant?
Talk too much.
Okay.
There's a rapture in blue.
Yeah, Red Bang!
All right.
I'm tired of playing the cops all the time. I want to be Bogart.
Well, Shorty, you're too small to be Bogart.
They always look so fly. Just the two of them together, man.
I know. The wardrobes are so on point.
Oh, love the shot. Oh, no!
Did he just get shot?
Oh, I think that's probably the game that they're playing. I don't think he actually got shot.
Oh,
No,
okay.
yeah.
Dude, that scared the crap out of me.
Used to be a big shot.
What? Is that his dad?
Just nothing I can do.
What do you mean took his?
Yeah, it is.
A man takes a hammer and puts it in the back of his head. Then he down on the track.
We really act in the verdicts. We don't make.
Well, do you pay or
Come
don't
on.
Yeah, it's in front of the train tracks. That's not very plausible.
Read the policy, man. It clearly states.
This is so upsetting.
People are always going to find a loophole, man. It's ridiculous.
Come here, Sophia.
That's a lot of eggs. Damn.
What's your story? When them white chicks can't get enough. Is that where you are? Kiss my foot. Hey, kiss it. And feed me.
It's like the one place he feels like he can be powerful. He feels like she's using him, and he's like kind of like in a position to take advantage of that, in a sense.
That's your story, girl. So when you gonna holler, sister?
Me.
Yes, you. You would if the time came. You would. Sure, you would.
Damn.
I was afraid. I was thinking that too.
Yeah,
I'm worried
'cause
about that.
it's interesting. He's saying him like reveling in the power of this dynamic, knowing that it's a false dichotomy because she could pull the trigger anytime. Damn. I do appreciate them showing him in an authentic light, though, and showing the fact that he was unfaithful to a girl who seemingly really cared about him.
Yeah.
No, it's not because of that.
Yeah, folks say you run around town with her now.
Word travels.
Grandmother's smarter than you think. Yeah, she's alive.
I can't stop thinking about their.
I did not. Did you hear me say come in?
Karen Allen's in this. She's in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Death of your husband.
Murder.
A serious question as to whether or not
Yep.
you're capable of raising these children on your own.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Sometimes I think Mrs. Little candor is the only kindness. All of her children are delinquent, and one at least, Malcolm. Get out of here.
Wow.
Your control over your children is therefore non-existent. Did you hear me?
We were parceled out, all of us. I truly believe that if ever a state agency destroyed a family, it destroyed ours.
That is awful.
I was sent to a detention home and lived at this woman's house.
Oh my God. Their family was destroyed.
This is Malcolm, our new guest.
Wow.
We treat him like a brother.
Father's reading the newspaper.
I was special.
What they're reading.
The only colored kid in the class.
Current events.
I became sort of a
Very important
mascot,
days
like
because
a
the books that we're
like a
gonna be
pink
reading-
poodle. In fact, I got called so much I didn't think there was anything wrong with it.
Wow.
Now, the important thing is to be realistic. We all like you here, you know that. But you're and a lawyer is no realistic over.
That's disgusting.
I get the best grades in class. I got voted class president. I want to be a lawyer.
Now, I want you to think about something that you can be. You're good with your hands, making things. People would give you work. I would myself.
Wow.
Why don't you become a carpenter? That's a good profession for a color.
Just be slave adjacent.
You recognize that actor who plays the teacher?
Remember what we said. Nothing succeeds like success. Let me hear it.
Nothing succeed like success.
That must be so heartbreaking and do so much like internal damage to have an adult figure in your life tell you that.
it's not the end of the world, Malcolm.
I said, don't.
Oh, this poor mother.
It wasn't the end of the world for me, but it was the beginning of the end for my mother.
Oh, wow. Also, appreciate them telling this in a non-linear fashion because seeing him as an adult,
yeah,
seeing his childhood adds context to where we see him at.
To still have the vibrance and
in his youth,
and yeah, and the spirit of life that he has, despite everything he's been through, it's really impressive. By the way, that actor who played the piece of crap teacher, that's T-Bird in The Crow that you watched.
Oh shoot! Okay.
Fire it up. Those guys. Uh-oh.
A lot of hungry customers out there.
Yes, sir.
Soup done finished, Mr. Cooper.
That's right, Mr. Charlie.
The name is Mr. Coop, and don't you forget it.
Boy, what in the hell's the matter with you? You want me to get fired? I got a wife and 6 kids.
Mr. Cooper is black wifeful.
Oh wow. The way they just accept the status, man. It's of the time. It's accurate. It's just sad, man. It's just really sad.
Joe Louis.
Excuse me, sir.
I wish Joe Louis and Rocky Marciano could have fought both in their primes. That would have been a heck of a match.
Ham and cheese.
Yes, sir. Best in the house, sir.
You're mighty pleased with yourself.
I aims to please, sir. I'm pleased to aim. I like you, boy. Thank you, sir.
The boy. Oh, please tell. Is that a dream? Yeah, totally. It's a fantasy.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was thinking that right when it happened. I wish it was reality, but I knew that was what he was fantasizing about in the moment.
You can keep your see. There's no.
How are they able to find cars from this time, like with films? I'm just so curious about
They
that.
still exist, especially when it was made in the early 90s.
They're celebrating. They're going.
Sometimes they build them.
Incredible boxer, Aaron. Joe Louis.
Man. Wow, what a sea of extras. That's incredible.
Yeah, when Rocky Marciano and Joe Louis finally got to fight with each other, because Rocky was like incredible. Joe Louis was way out of his prime at that point. So, and Rocky ended up beating him. But like, that's why I made that comment. I wish they were both in their prime. It would have been the most incredible match ever. It was still a good match, but it was not like what it could have been.
What was his breaking point, man? Obviously going to show us.
Well,
but
of course, yeah. I would have had my breaking point already, way past that. But that's why I said that on the train. Like, it's to see his spirit of life and his exuberance and need for adventure, like what he has so far. And his positive, upbeat attitude. It's really impressive still.
in the face of all that, yeah.
You don't shine my shoes, my man. You should have stayed out my way. Old country Nick.
Jesus.
Wow.
What you gonna do? Open to your mama?
Dude, he just accidentally bumped into you. What's your problem?
You said the wrong thing. You said the wrong thing, mofo.
In your life, say anything against my mother.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that positive, that life is just the facade. The rage simmers right underneath that.
Dude, he accidentally bumped into you and he apologized. He said, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, hey, my man, my bad. My God.
Give me a whiskey.
Oh. That was a Delroy Lindo? Delroy Lindo?
Something like that, right?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. It's him.
Jack.
Then Get Shorty, Gone 60 Seconds, Romeo Must Die, and many other films.
That's West Indian Archie.
Yeah, what's his angle?
Some of this, some of that.
Now, I wonder if Malcolm X actually dressed this flamboyant and colorful, or if that's just to highlight his external character, or his internal character externally.
You look like you're new in town. From what I can see, you're pretty handy with a buckle.
You had it coming.
Pull up a chair.
I definitely had that coming.
What they call you?
Red, and I ain't no punk.
You better not be. Any cat tore you down in this town, you stand up.
Man, live by his rep.
You better believe it.
He's smart not to give his name away unless he really trusts someone.
I ain't never been in Beantown.
Well, like the man said, man's rep travels. My father ever taught me was you never bullshit a West Indian bullshit artist.
Your daddy is West Indian?
My mama.
This is a great conversation.
So how can I get a hold of you?
You can't. I get a hold of you. You don't ever write anything down. File it up here, like I do. Because if the man don't have any paper, he will never have any proof.
I did not pick up on his accent earlier on.
Yeah.
It took me That's impressive. It took me a while to pick up on that.
Hey, boy, look me in the face. You just now conned me.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Because I want in. And it don't take a lot to know that you already there, Daddy.
No, this ain't lying. Have a look around.
I have to make that run with you, Mr. Archie.
That's what I mean. He's quick on his feet. I wouldn't have been able to come up with all that.
Like your heart.
He's a thinking man. He could be a lawyer.
You might
He has
just
to
do,
be.
Mr. Red. Unless, of course, you have to get back to your train job.
I already told that man what he can
Quite
do with
witty,
that
quite
train.
charming.
When?
Just now.
What do you mean? Taking you shopping.
This is some great dialogue.
Cadillac's the name.
Sammy, man.
You ready? Good.
Damn.
One more buttons on the jacket.
Looking polished, Aaron.
Woof.
Look good. Yes, you are. But you're missing something. Frisk me. Frisk me. Nothing, right?
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm still carrying. It's my first gun. Now it's yours.
Oh, he's really taking him under his tutelage.
Trust him.
I would assume he sees a lot of him in himself.
For sure.
I told you no paper, no trouble.
I'm working on it.
I keep all my numbers in my head, you know. I have never written a number down yet. Remember
Wow.
that.
That's impressive.
Oh, wow.
Ruh-roh. Oh, she's still here.
Oh, is that her still?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was completely done with her.
Same.
That's not a party I'm going to be joining in on personally.
You don't like powdered sugar, Andrew?
I'll have powdered sugar, but not the kind that goes in my nose.
Going up to kill. Yeah, I realize that.
Where is this
don't take
going?
it out.
Where is this going?
Stick him up. Boom.
Hey, Archie.
Is he? What? I'm scared right now. Dude, put the gun away, bro.
821, 128, 218.
Very charismatic.
Extremely. Why his career's lasted so long. And he picks his roles wisely.
Baby, I'm sorry. You know, I say a lot of things.
I believed you.
All right, go on, do your job now. Give me a pack of Lucky Strikes and a cognac.
Dude, come on, treat women right. Oh, is that Laura? Oh boy. Oh.
Did you work today?
No, baby, you know what time I wound up last night. I didn't go to work.
I need a 5 spot.
I just gave you till this morning.
Laura, give me
You
the
got that
goddamn
stuff.
$5.
Look, it ain't the money, Daniel.
Oh, you're going to step in.
You're okay, baby.
I gotta pay it back this guy. I'll be right back.
Boy, this guy is like really paranoid.
I think he's on a lot of...
Yeah.
You know that chick?
What are you, a private detective now or something?
I just asked a question.
Well, you don't be asking me no goddamn questions. I ask you the question.
Oof.
She come in here a lot?
Just about every other night.
With him?
Mm-hmm.
She know he's strung out?
If she got eyes, she do.
And ears.
She ain't hooking it.
Not yet, Red. But the way things are going, he gonna turn her out any day now.
He's not gonna let that happen.
6 big ones you owe me, Archie. What? 821, it hit, didn't it?
You didn't have 821. Red, I'm telling you, you never had it.
I'm telling you I did. Sophia was there.
Archie, you remember, don't you?
So wait. What do you expect her to say?
Oh no.
All right, skip it. Skip it. But you're slipping, aren't you? You done slipped.
Thought he said he never forgets numbers.
Or maybe he's playing him.
Come on, what you want a drink or something? What you tasting? I'm buying.
I ain't drinking out of piss with you.
Oh, Archie.
All right.
Does that mean we're not working together anymore?
22. Yeah, I never know them to forget a number.
First time for everything, Sammy.
What are you talking about, Red?
It's like he's playing him.
The first thing he's gonna do is go to the collector to check for an oversight on his ribbon. His rep is on the line. So is yours. And Red, if you're lying, you're a dead man.
I mean, we heard him say 821.
Just because he said it doesn't mean he got it. Again, they're not painting him as necessarily the best of guys here.
But he said 821. He said combinate me on that.
You figure to take me, bastard? Well, I'm taking you.
So it's you and me, huh, Pops?
That's right, my friend.
You know I'll give you back the 600.
I don't want your money.
You know I'm wearing, Archie.
There's 3 guns on you, so you take your chance.
Ooh. In the middle of the club, you wouldn't do that.
So this is how I'm going out, huh, Archie?
You feel the fear in his eyes.
Throw it on, yes.
Why don't we let Billy finish first?
No.
Red.
So confused. I really thought he said those numbers combine it.
He did, but he was lying. Just left homegirl there. You gotta skip town now, homie.
Yeah. But what's gonna happen when he becomes a prominent figure? Aren't they gonna know who he is? Find him?
Guess we're gonna find out. Yeah, man. I didn't know any of this about Malcolm X. This is great.
I can't tell because how it's lit.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think it is. Wow.
I'm a man. You are dead now. Don't hide behind no bed sheets. You take these here bullets for them sheets.
Ooh.
Girl, I know you were better shot than that. You should have killed him.
I agree with her.
You should have shot all them crackers dead.
I just wanted to scare them. They won't be around here bothering us no more.
Ugh, bad call.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
That'll teach you.
Yeah. Jesus.
Until that time, there were three things that I was always afraid of: a job, a bust, and jail. But I realized then that I wasn't afraid of anything. I was an animal. All right, we're gonna rob this town blind. Anybody want out, you say so now.
Imagine he's dealing with a lot of fear and paranoia at this point.
Set up a stake, and I got somebody to move the goods for us. All we need now is a driver. Any suggestions?
How about Rudy?
Who's Rudy?
I'm half afraid of nobody.
All right. So what do you do?
Name it, fella, I claim it.
Rudy does catering. Rich joints on Beacon Hill.
Oh, is that what's her name? Debbie Elazar?
Guy's got jewelry, he's got a coin collection, he's got china.
You want to be in charge, Rudy?
I am in charge.
Yeah, you head nigga in charge.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a fair man, and I like big heads like you. We'll flip for it. We'll flip this.
Red.
I think it's Debbie Mazar is how you say it.
I'll flip first, Rudy.
Oh my God.
Red, cool it. Come on, baby.
Crazy.
Man in charge, right?
Put the gun down.
All right, we believe you. Red, stop clowning around, all right?
I'm not doing that.
Russian roulette for fun? Come on.
For fun?
You want to do it?
So dumb, Red.
Nah, you don't, do you? I'll help
Imagine if he actually kills him.
I guess that's the upside. I'm not going to jail.
Put the gun away, Red. Come on, this is enough. Come on.
Imagine he shoots his nose off, dude.
Two, say goodbye, Rudy. Huh? Rudy, say something. What'd you say, Rudy? Speak up.
Jesus Christ.
Rudy, don't you ever try and cross someone who ain't afraid to die. You hear me?
Powerful messaging right there.
Man.
My friend Rudy here is going to draw up the plans. Peg, Sophia, you go out and get those tools like I asked you. We're going to hit tonight on the count of... It's okay with you, right, Rudy?
Man, Malcolm X, he was a scary, powerful dude.
Yeah. Knows how to make a point, too.
Yeah, Denzel's doing amazing.
Oh, my God, yeah. If he did win the Academy Award, which I believe he did, I can understand why just only about an hour or so in.
Right.
Understandable.
It's crazy because I feel like we've gotten so much story at this point already.
What happened to the bullet? Palm that bullet?
What bullet?
The bullet. You're crazy.
That's great.
It was never in there.
Yeah.
Shorty.
Yeah, he's smart. He's not crazy.
That's making a little bit of noise there.
Shorty.
Uh-oh.
Do you think they're going to cross him? The two blonde chicks?
Never know. Oh, God. Dude, not in the same room. I know they got to get the jewelry, right? Yeah.
Man, this is so fascinating. I went from like essentially a hustler to
petty crime.
Well, still, again, it's a hustle in and
hustling.
of itself. I'm just talking about to like a revolutionary leader, like Like, this is...
Dude, you're going to take the ring off his
You're
finger?
bold. You're bold as hell.
There's no way that doesn't wake him. Oh, my God.
He likes the danger. He loves the thrill.
No way.
Oh, that was smooth as... Oh, that was so smooth. Crazy dangerous. Ooh. Not gonna lie, Andrew. I'm pretty impressed. Stupid, but impressive.
Some people are heavy sleepers. Impressive is right, though.
But the way he coordinated the movement with the hand.
For sure. It was sleek.
Them girls ought to be getting back here from casing that rug joint. You know? They should be.
Uh-oh.
Is this what you were possibly talking about?
Yeah, we're killing them, man.
If they get in trouble, they're going to pin it on them?
Of course they will. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I feel like it's likely, but I don't want to be presumptuous.
Do you remember when when his mom got in, the social services came and they said that Malcolm was a thief?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe he wasn't a thief, but maybe the reputation.
Right. I'm just saying that was a little bit of foreshadowing. It's just my point.
Oh, fair.
I guess he's getting more used to this, right? No water? Oh, damn.
Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I would have checked for water before I did this.
I mean, why would you think there wouldn't be any water?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, no.
I'd jump in the toilet. Put your head in the toilet.
He's going to.
Yeah, I would just say I don't care. Imagine if there would have been something in there.
Take your head out of this shit ball. That's it. Get him slowly.
Uh-oh. They got him. They turned on him.
No funny business now.
They totally turned on him.
Red. The average first offender gets 2 years for burglary. We were all first offenders, so that's what Sophia and Peg drew.
Oh, no, they didn't.
2 years in the women's reformatory at Framingham.
Maybe they
But our
will, though.
crime wasn't burglary. It was with white girls.
What?
Burglary, count 1, 8 to 10 years. Count 2, 8 to 10 years. Count 3, 8 to 10 years. Count 4, 8 to 10 years.
Wow, he's chuckling.
8 to 10 years. Count 6, 8 to 10 years. Count 7, 8 to 10 years.
Oh, my God.
14 counts of 8 to 10 years.
All the sentences to run concurrently.
Shorty thought he had hit us with over 100 years until I explained what concurrently meant. 10 years hard labor at the Charlestown State Prison. The date was February 1946.
Damn.
I think we've entered Act 2, my friend.
I mean, internally, he's been in a prison most of his life, but not to be in a physical prison. Oh, Albert Hall.
He not gonna bust.
He's in one of my favorite baseball movies of the year after this, Rookie of the Year.
Now state your number, Little. State it.
I forgot it.
To read it right there, boy. Dana, can't you read?
Ooh. Wow.
Oh, no. They put him in solitary.
Water.
Wow, I was going to put hose in there. Wow.
You want to smoke?
You know what a friend you have in Jesus, son.
He's a friend, huh, Chappie? Well, if he's such a friend, where is he, huh? What he done for me? What has he done for me? He ain't done nothing for me!
Incredible lighting, like how it's in solitary, completely dark in there, but you can only see the cigarette be lit.
Wow.
How many days has he been? I know they said 10, but was it like 20 days or?
I think we're going to find out pretty soon, but I'd be that frustrated and just delirious, and who knows what solitary confinement does to a man. Yeah, I'd lose my mind too.
Little. State your number, Little.
How does he not have any facial hair?
Maybe he couldn't grow any. That was a good question, though.
What?
8228.
Oh, they broke him.
just don't blame him for not wanting to spend another second in there.
Seemed like he lasted a long time. They don't state it explicitly, but you get through his performance that he had been in there to a point of breaking.
It's nutmeg. Put it in the water. You need something to get the monkey off your back. It's not. It'll help some.
With the finger.
I think you got more sense than any cat in this prison. Why the hell don't you use it? You can't bust out of here like they do in the movies. Because even if you get out, you're still in prison.
So that's what I was saying internally. Still like he's in prison.
Why does everybody on the outside come?
Because they don't want to walk around with a nappy head looking like...
Looking like what?
Yes, to assimilate, yeah, that's why he does it.
Why don't you want to look like what you are? What makes you ashamed of being black?
Get your hands off me. I got to wash this out.
Let it burn. Get your hands off of me.
Ooh, let it burn.
Go on, burn yourself, pain yourself. Put all that poison in your hair, in your body, trying to be white.
Ooh.
Elijah Muhammad can get you out of prison, out of the prison of your mind.
Elijah Muhammad. That was a great scene. That was an incredible scene. Wow.
That conversation really got to him, Aaron.
Yeah, you had to give him the nutmeg so we can hear him. Because he's probably strung out. He's going through withdrawals in that solitary.
Let you shoot marbles and play baseball.
All right, let's go. Cut the sermon. Are you going to take yard?
I'm staying.
Yeah, me too. I mean, you don't cuss now. You don't talk that what you know, daddy jive, none of that.
A man curses because he doesn't have the words to say what's on his mind.
It's a crutch.
Yeah, I know you got an angle some kind of way.
Don't con me and don't try.
God is black. God is black. Everybody knows God is white.
Did you ever look up the word black in a dictionary?
For what?
Did you ever study anything that wasn't part of some con?
What the hell for, man?
Right. Remember the school he went to.
Yeah, it's been ingrained in him since he was a child, man.
Enveloped in darkness, hence utterly dismal or gloomy, foul, forbidding, as a black day.
Wow.
Indicating disgrace, dishonor, or culpability.
Black is usually associated with evil, so it makes sense. Wow.
Let's look up white.
Angelic, good, light.
Of the color of pure snow, reflecting all the rays of the spectrum, the opposite of black.
Wow.
Free from spot or blemish, innocent, pure.
Like they didn't doctor the dictionary there on that one.
This was written by white folks, though, right? I mean, this is white folks' book.
Oh, goodness.
This sure ain't no black man's book.
So what we reading this one for?
Because the truth is lying there if you read behind the words. Page 1. The first word, aardvark.
Aardvark.
Aardvark. There's pig, African ant-eating mammal. Yeah, because...
If you take one step toward Allah, He will take 2 steps toward you.
It's going to be interesting watching his transformation now.
But it's so fascinating, like the subtext of associating personhood with color, with assigned meaning of moral moral standing.
The Brooklyn Dodgers brought up Jackie Robinson, and we're pounding the hell out of them celebrating.
Yeah, that's all right.
White man throw us a bone, and we're supposed to forget 400 years of oppression.
Yeah, but a Negro playing in the big leagues, that's something, ain't it?
I told you to go behind the words and dig out the truth. That doesn't cancel out the greatest crime in history. Do you know where you came from? What's your name?
Malcolm Little.
No, that's the name of the slave masters who own your family. You even know who you are. You're nothing, less than nothing. Who are you?
All right, I ain't Malcolm Little, I ain't Red, I damn sure ain't Satan.
That's right. So who are you?
Yeah, you gotta find that.
Have you ever known a good white man? I mean, think back in all your life. Have you ever met one who wasn't evil?
All the other people they showed were terrible, but was she evil?
She did entice him against the good woman he was with.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes more sense. Yeah, I just meant in a sense like she was nice towards him, but yeah, that makes sense.
Have you ever bent your knees, Malcolm?
When I was picking a lock to rob someone's house.
Tell Allah that. You can grovel and crawl for sin, but not to save your soul. Pick the lock, Malcolm.
He's feeling fear and shame.
I knew I wasn't dreaming. He was right there with me.
I tell you, in any society, is the man with nothing to lose.
He's always felt like that guy.
My wife Lorraine and my son Sidney join me in saying that when you come out, which will not be too long, come straight to us.
Next.
And his 8 to 10 years. I'm curious to see if they show his relationship or what.
Take it all off.
What it's like when he meets Spike Lee's character again after this experience.
You're right thinking me.
After the
Don't
transformation.
thank me. Thank Allah. He did it all.
Oh, he's gonna get a haircut. Yeah, oh, man.
He said take it all off.
Please thank the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for the money and tell him I have not written him because I have not yet proven myself. But I have shared his teachings with some of my old running buddies back in Harlem.
Man.
And with my main man, Shorty, who was transferred upstate.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where he was.
He's gone nuts, he said.
I finally copied out the entire dictionary.
I think the brother is coming along.
Are there any questions?
Oh, now he's looking like Malcolm X.
We were discussing the disciples. What color were they?
Ooh.
We don't know that for certain.
Then you can't believe for certain that Jesus was white. History teaches us that Jesus was born in a region where the people had color. There's proof in the very Bible that you ask us to read in Revelations, first chapter, verse 14 and 15.
Just what are you saying?
I'm proving to you that Jesus was not, and I might quote one of our Indian brothers, he was not a paleface.
I love this.
Brother Malcolm. Brother
They're
Malcolm.
saved.
He's waiting for you.
Oh, he's about to meet Elijah Muhammad.
Yeah.
It's like his idol now.
Wow, this is so emotional for him.
Nice.
Years have brought him to this moment.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He got him through so much in prison.
When God spoke to the devil about how faithful Job was, the devil said, remove that hedge and he will curse his maker. Your hedge has been removed. You will remain faithful. Yes.
Wow. Ooh, that was
incredible. I mean, all he said was yes in that scene, and like there was so much visually said, narratively speaking, like from Denzel's performance in that scene. Is incredible.
Take a real good look at where you live. Not just where you live, but take a good look at where everybody you know lives.
I wonder if Malcolm is going to see Laura again.
Yeah, that's a good question. I wonder if he's going to run into Martin Luther King.
Oh.
We can have wool from sheep just like anyone else.
Is that Al Sharpton?
I think it is Al Sharpton. Oh, that's actually the real Al Sharpton. Yeah, that's right. He used to be big back in the day.
Y'all been in church 2 hours, and you're expecting to see heaven out here, and there ain't no heaven. You're still right here on earth. Sister, why don't you come on down to the temple?
Well, I feel like him and Laura would kind of be on the same page now. Well, at least a little bit more.
She's devout Christian. I'm curious to see that re-meeting, though.
I'm telling you, these so-called white Christians, they're hanging out black Christians from trees, brother. Come on down, 2 o'clock. See you later. Salam alaikum. Yeah. You know what that means, brother?
Yeah.
That means peace be unto you.
He's gone full Ho-Tep. That's great.
It's going to be fascinating to see, too, how he becomes more prevalent in his because, like, he's just the beginning stages of trying to get the message onto others. But then when he becomes, like,
a prominent
and prevalent figure to, like, everyone's listening to him like, oh my God, we got anything he says, we got to listen.
Right.
Beautiful.
I'm curious to see like how he goes up in the rankings to that stage. Is he giving it to everyone but her?
There's a sense of irony here because like I can't speak to what the time was like, but I know when people like find religion in a new place, they're typically very gung-ho to share it, so that like they are kind of like more in your face about it, and then like once you kind of settle in, kind of changes your perspective of how you approach it to other people.
Wow, that's a powerful line.
Yeah, it's a famous line of his.
Shorty, is that you, brother?
Your brother's a little shy. Come on, brother, give me a hug.
That was like a double take of him hugging him.
Yeah, different angle of it.
I gotta hand it to you, Red. That's the best preacher Hyper ever did here.
No hype, brother. It's the truth.
All right, his father was a preacher.
I've been clean for 8 years, brother.
8 years?
8 years.
You were something, homie. My trouble is I love pigs, feet, and white women too much.
That's because you lost, brother. But we can find you.
He's sharp now. He's found passion, found purpose now.
Heard about Sammy?
Dead. Knocked over dead with a chick 25 years younger than he was.
Oh my God.
What about, what's that brother's name? Cadillac. Gone too?
Oh, was he the one who was with Laura? The one who up?
Hooked on heroin. Been out of Lexington 5 or 6 times.
Sophia?
Still happily married to that rich Ofe.
Ugh.
In for the money.
The money.
She settled.
Of course she did.
I haven't seen Wesley and Archie. Grapevine says he's living somewhere in the Bronx.
I assume this is Delroy Lindo's character, right? They see.
About to find out.
I'll pay you tomorrow.
Damn. Things have changed.
Yeah, in 8 years, crazy how much stuff can change.
How you doing, Archie?
Hey, man, come in, man.
What happened to you, brother? You have a stroke or something?
Oh my God.
Thank you for saving my life.
I wasn't going to shoot you, man. All I had was my rep.
Important thing now is to get you back on your feet.
Help me with my arm. The exercise.
Oh my God, this is so sad. It's an incredible performance by him.
Women who could have been doctors or lawyers or teachers or mothers. Who's going to raise our children?
Damn, look at this town. Wow. Remember how beautiful and vibrant and alive it was? Now look at it. It's run down.
Has made dead souls out of you and I.
No, she went to the streets. No, Laura.
Remember he said how close do you think she is to becoming
a prostitute? Yeah.
I didn't know if we were allowed to say it or not. But yeah.
He ought to get on his knees and say he's committed the crime.
Oh, Angela I totally forgot she's in
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Whether you agree with him or not, you got to admit he's an incredible speaker.
He is.
Give him those props.
400 years is long enough. You've been sitting down and laying down and bowing down for 400 years.
Look at the audience he's got now.
I think it's time to stand up.
Yeah, everyone's had it. I guess he's not going to end
Angela
up with
Bassett looks
Laura.
so different.
Yeah, well, she's
a lot younger.
She's still gorgeous now, but
yeah, she's always been.
Brother Malcolm, this is Sister Betty.
The sister wonders if you know what Sister Harriet Tubman did between taking souls to the promised land.
No, what's that, sister?
She ate.
Is that subtext? Let's get food.
I have a feeling we're going to find out.
You haven't any time for marriage.
No. So what I'll do is I'll put the chapters down. I'll write them down for you.
All right.
God, what a transformation his character's had.
No, seriously, he's like a different dude night and day.
Would it be okay if we just sat down for a moment?
Yes, sister. I'm sorry. I had you on your feet all day.
Oh, no. You've been on your feet for days.
It's true. A lot of standing and talking.
Brother Malcolm, Brother Johnson was attacked by the police.
No.
The brother was just watching, and the cop came on and said, move on. The brother didn't move quick enough for the old thing. I mean, crack, he was bleeding like a stuck hog. So what you gonna do?
I love this whip back and forth.
Yeah. Well, it's prevalent to the chaos of the situation.
Muslims talk a good game, but they never do nothing.
All right.
Unless somebody bothers Muslims.
The whip back and forth to the reveal he was there for that conversation. It's cool filmmaking technique.
We demand to see Brother Johnson. Where is he?
Nobody here by that name.
You didn't hear the sergeant? Outside.
I suggest you look outside that window.
Is there a whole town with them?
I love his stillness, the stillness of his power. Ooh.
Jimmy, come here, son.
Yes,
Wow.
we intend to see Brother Johnson.
He powerful, man.
Eddie, let me take a look at that block.
Incredible. Some people are going to have so much hatred in their hearts.
We got a Muslim. Yeah, but you can't see him because you ain't his lawyer.
Well, until I'm satisfied that Brother Johnson is receiving proper medical care, nobody will move.
Ooh, the power in this man, dude.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Get an ambulance.
Now!
I wonder if that really happened.
All right, break it up. You got what you wanted.
No, I'm not satisfied. To the hospital.
It's kind of funny because when people talk about comic book movies, or at least the X-Men, they make this comparison with Charles Xavier being Martin Luther King and Malcolm X being Magneto. And it's interesting watching the clothes that they've chosen to have him in the attire, because you watch like X-Men 1, he's low-key kind of dressed like Malcolm X.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point.
With the fedora, the jacket, like yeah.
In the very opening scene, you mean, right?
Totally, yeah.
That's an interesting comparison, too. I could see that.
Wow. It was the unity, the uniformity of it all. Wow, that's crazy.
All right, that's enough. I want these people moved out of here.
Fruit of Islam are disciplined men. They haven't broken any laws.
Ooh.
What about them?
That's your headache, Captain. But if Brother Johnson dies, I pity you.
He'll live. He's getting the best care we can get. Thank you. Search him.
Now let's disperse this mob.
That little smile. He knows how powerful they are together.
Yeah. Damn. He's got full control of the situation. That's quite impressive. And he's got control of them, and he's also got control of the police.
I'm still curious to know. Obviously, we're past that point now, but he kind of went from like the guy panning out pamphlets to them jumping to him being the preacher. And I feel like I would have liked to see more of that transitionary point.
That's too much power for one man to have.
Oh my God!
Oof.
Really?
The word out of Chicago was to be patient, so that's what we're going to do.
I'm tired of being patient.
Well, then you get on the phone. You get on the phone and you call Chicago and let Mr. Muhammad know.
Oh, Elijah Muhammad's in Chicago now? Or is that where he's always been?
No, I think he was in Islamist first.
I want to be a Muslim. I mean, I ain't never seen colored person. Talk to no police like that before.
It was impressive.
It's powerful.
You know what that means? To be a Muslim?
No, not exactly.
Or you should never join any organization unless you know exactly what it's about.
I respect that he's not just like, yeah, just come on in. Like he's at least explained to him what they're about.
Yeah, he wants to educate him.
Come on by the temple next Wednesday, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock sharp.
Thank you, Mr. X. And I won't make you out a liar either.
No, I don't think you will.
I think this is the first time we've heard him referred to as Malcolm X. Or Mr. X.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He was the first man I ever feared, and I don't mean fear such as one has of a gun, but the fear one has of the power of the sun. I pledge myself to him, even if it cost me my life.
Yeah, the true mentor. You saw how he nearly worshipped him. He just said as such.
Will you marry me?
Yes.
Oh.
You heard what I said, right?
Did you hear my answer?
I love you, Betty.
I love you back.
Wow. The sense of relief.
It's not going to be easy. I'll be away long. In fact, I'm leaving in the morning.
Wonder if he's taking his position now.
You're with me, even when you're away.
Aww.
I want to have a lot of babies with you.
Oh, damn.
I must emphasize at the outstart that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is not a politician.
Dang.
So I'm not here this afternoon as a Republican, nor as a Democrat, not even as an American. Because if I was an American, the problem that confronts our people today wouldn't even exist. That's right. So I have to stand here today as what I was when I was born, a black man. Before there was any such thing as a Republican or a Democrat, we were black.
Yeah, we were black, right, Andrew?
We were.
They send drugs in Harlem down here to pacify us. They send alcohol down here to pacify us.
Dude, the acting in this is insanely incredible.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. This is what he does. You know, some people call this hate teaching.
Wow, he has the cadence of a Christian pastor, but obviously teaches different ideals.
Right. Oh, so he's still
I wouldn't stick
alive.
my neck
Okay.
out for you if I didn't love you. I
respect.
want you to understand one thing.
I thought he was too, but then
It seemed like it.
Yeah.
White people try to hide their guilt by accusing the Honorable Elijah Muhammad of being a black supremacist simply because he's trying to uplift the mentality, the social, and economic condition of his people.
Yeah, this is obviously real footage.
No, this isn't black supremacy. This is black intelligence.
Him just watching the injustice go on.
And we thought by following those ignorant creatures that it was godlike to turn the other cheek to the brute that was brutalizing us.
Oh?
Well, nowadays they've traded in the sheets. Well, some of them have traded in the sheets. Just like that old Uncle Tom back during slavery time tried to teach you and I to try to stop the system of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, reaching that point.
You got these chicken-pecking Uncle Tom so-called Negro leaders today.
Oh, he hated him.
That are telling us we ought to pray for our enemy. We ought to love our enemy. We ought to integrate with an enemy who bombs us, who kills and shoots us.
Jeez.
That's not intelligent. That's not intelligent.
I mean, it's one thing for him. He didn't just see it, like he lived and experienced it, like in his home. He lost his family as a result.
This movie's done a really great job of really putting you in his perspective to understand why he is so passionate. And yeah, he's a very magnetic speaker.
Once we come into the knowledge of Islam, the knowledge of ourselves, we replace our slave name with an X. X in mathematics representing the unknown. Since we've been disconnected or cut off from our own history, our own past, our own culture, our own land.
You don't even know who you are.
We use the X, the unknown, until we get back to our country.
Wow. I never knew that. That's why his last name was X.
He's a disservice to every good, law-abiding, church-going American Negro in the country.
Now, the house, bro, he lived in the house. He dressed pretty good. He ate pretty good. What the master left him. He loved his master. If the master got sick, he said, "What's the matter, boss? We sick? We sick." You see, this is the thinking of the house, bro.
Right.
And that's what we call them today, because we still got a lot of houses
Jesus.
running around here.
Jesus.
Samuel Jackson and Django.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was thinking that.
What the brother minister is doing, has done, it has been of great benefit to the nation.
The ministers think he is of great benefit to himself.
Jealousy, infighting.
What can a white person like myself, who isn't prejudiced, what can I do to help you and further your cause?
Nothing. Having a baby does not make you a father. Anybody can go out and get a woman, but not anybody can take care of that woman. There's another word for it. It's called responsibility.
How far he's come since the beginning.
Well, that's why I like the films are taking its time, like showing that build up and becoming such a prevalent figure.
But I'm telling you, Mr. Muhammad said these things were going to come to pass, and now these things are starting to come to pass.
Wow, look at the crowds he attracts now. Unbelievable.
His growth is insane.
Let the black man separate from his house. Let the black man have his own house. Let the black man have his own land and his own property.
I feel like I'm in church right now. Man, Denzel's just, oof.
It's one of the best performances I've ever seen.
Is the only solution for you and I. It's the only solution for the white man. Complete separation between the black race and the white race.
Well, at this time, I can totally understand why he felt that way. I don't blame him.
Wow. Yeah, the temperature of the time just makes it feel like that is the only way out for
right. Of course.
This people of the time. Oh my God. That camera flash made me think of a gunshot for a second. I got scared.
I was thinking that too.
Interesting that Malcolm's really like the mouthpiece for Mr. Muhammad there.
Are you Elijah's?
He should be killed.
Hold on.
Elijah Muhammad.
If you don't know, man, I feel the sorriest for you. Oh, come on, brother. Wait. Look, let me tell you.
Whoa.
He's just hungry for knowledge, that's all.
What's happening? What did he know? I have had this sense that there's something more that we don't know about Elijah Muhammad.
67-year-old leader of the Black Muslim movement today faced paternity suits from two former secretaries who
These are
charged that
slanders,
he
Betty.
fathered
These
their
are lies.
children.
Don't you realize whose newspaper this is?
Ugh.
Don't you see that? Divide and conquer. He's trying to bring down our leader.
Yeah, he believes in him unequivocally.
In their 20s, charged that they had
Intimacies with Mr. Muhammad.
Yeah, he don't want his faith shattered.
What do we really know about Elijah Muhammad?
When I was in prison, crawling around like an animal, he's the one that brought me to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad...
Ask them why they have new cars and houses.
Is that what
full
this is
of
about, Betty?
furniture.
Do you want some new furniture? Do you want some cars?
What do we have? Broken down jalopy.
Damn, that's crazy. I would have figured everything he's doing that he does.
The Nation of Islam will provide for you and the children if anything happens to me.
Sure. I'm raising our children practically by myself.
And what am I doing?
All over the country.
What do you want me to do, Betty? What do you want me to do? You want me
You
to
don't
stay
know
home?
how many times
do
they
you want
ask
me to
me,
stay
Mommy,
here
where's
and
my
cook the
daddy? I
food?
want my...
She wants you to raise them.
I need you too, but what do you want me to do? Just tell me. What do you want me to do?
You to raise your kids, man.
I mean, he mentioned earlier, too, being a father. Anybody can have kids, but you got to be there to be a father.
Exactly. You're not practicing what you preach.
Yeah. I mean, she rose to the level that Denzel set out performance-wise in that scene. See that the guy who going to the house, the guy he was in prison with, Albert Hall or
Bains.
Yeah.
Her name's Eva Marie, and she's 2 years old. Brother Minister, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything to be put in isolation. I believed in him.
Oh, did she have a kid with Muhammad?
That's what they were talking about.
Elijah
Yeah.
Muhammad? Oh.
He's not who.
From their own mouths, I heard their stories of who had fathered their
The
children.
Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the father of
And
my
from their
children.
own mouths, I heard that the
God.
Honorable Elijah Muhammad had
Brother
told them
Minister,
I was
he
the
often
best.
spoke of you
Jesus.
like you were his own
Yeah.
son.
The greatest
whole
minister that he
worldview
ever
is
had,
shattered
that
right
someday
now.
I would leave him, turn against him, and so I was dangerous.
And leave him.
Wow.
Elijah Muhammad, while praising me to my face,
And he said that about me.
was tearing me apart behind my back.
Wow. He's
You're
scared of
absolutely
you.
sure
Yes,
about
I
all
am,
that?
Brother Minister. Let the Honorable Elijah Muhammad provide for them.
Wow.
Wow.
What are you talking about, Blackout? Perhaps some of the brothers are a little jealous. Maybe they think you've been getting too much press, that's all. There's nothing, forget it.
Look at the difference between this house and his house.
Now, about our coming up in the world a little. The nation's grown, we've grown with it. You know our people.
He's making your nation grow. You're not doing anything.
One hand washes the other.
I'm telling you God's words, not no hustle. You remember that, Brother Bains? That's what you told me in prison. I'm telling you God's words, not no hustle.
They've been corrupted by the power.
What do you want? A new car? A new house? It's the money, isn't it?
Brother, we tell the whole world that we're moral leaders.
We got to practice what we preach, like Aaron was just saying.
The personal example of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Elijah Muhammad is a human being. Do you know your Bible?
Do you know yours?
David slept with Bathsheba, but he is remembered for slaying Goliath.
Oh.
Solomon had 700 wives, but he was the greatest, wisest king in history.
Brother Bains is a two-bit hustler, but one hand washes the other.
The deeds of a great man far outweigh his personal weaknesses.
Wow.
Who needs a nutmeg now, brother?
Bains, I'm not gonna...
Be careful, Malcolm. I warn you.
Y'all have become filthy.
Again, it was a long time whenever we learned this in school, so I don't know any of this. Or don't
I didn't know
remember
about
any of
this. I didn't know about this part.
Yeah.
Sorry if y'all feel like I should have. I didn't. That's insane, man. It's really sad too. I personally feel betrayed as well.
He has brought me back from the dead to lead my people. After me, there will be no more. I must plant my seed in fertile soil.
You want to say justify it?
My faith had been shattered in a way I can never fully describe. Every second of my 12 years with Mr. Muhammad, I had been ready to lay down my life for him.
Yeah, I felt it coming. They did a good job before shadowing that.
During the previous 12 years, if Mr. Muhammad had committed any crime punishable by death, and I would have gladly gone to the electric chair in Mr. Muhammad's place.
Wow.
It's crazy because it's wild thinking back to when he was talking about the house Negro, and essentially he felt like he became that for Islam, for the Nation of Islam. And I was waking up again.
Guess he really was imprisoned in his mind.
So sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about. Just got a lot of work to do, that's all.
It's like, what's going to happen now?
How can you work?
Because we have to teach. We got to teach the people. We got to teach on Solomon, Moses, David. Solomon had 700 wives. A man's good deeds, they far outweigh any of this.
Oh, no. Don't listen to that garbage.
No.
My father used to say that you can't make a rooster stop crowing once the sun has come up. When the sun is up.
I can understand him being lost. He's in uncharted territories
12
right now.
years of listening to this man. That's a long time. Would I be shattered too?
Yeah. I feel your frustration and.
Now, the Holy Quran teaches us that those who work evil will be condemned or punished or judged according to their works. The Holy Bible teaches us that you reap what you sow. The white man has planted the seeds of hatred. He's planted the seeds of violence. And now those same weeds have choked one of his own gardeners.
Wow.
I only say what the Bible says. I say what the Quran says. I say it's justice.
Ooh.
Mr.
Rex, don't you even feel a little bit of remorse?
The chickens that he sent out, the violence that he's perpetrated in other countries, here and abroad, be it 4 children in Birmingham or Medgar Evers or Lumumba in Africa.
He thinks it's karma.
I think this same violence has come back to claim one of their own. Now, being an old farm boy myself, chickens coming home to roost never made me sad. In fact, it's only made me glad.
Oh, he's sick now.
You knew from my instructions no minister was to make any statements against this man. The country loved this man.
I was just thinking that, like, yeah.
General.
Damn.
Oof.
We must dissociate ourselves from your terrible blunder.
Wow.
I must silence you for 90 days.
Wow. You made him this way, and now you're punishing him for being this way?
Right. And also, he didn't abandon Elijah Muhammad when his worldview was shattered, but now he's immediately silencing him when he does something he disagrees with.
If you're going to be about it, be about it. That's crazy. Wow. Oh, my God, dude. Screw them.
Leave us alone. Leave us alone. Stop calling here.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yes. Children here. Stop it.
Hello.
It looked like it was being recorded. It was like the FBI or something.
I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised, though.
Keep calling. Keep calling.
Getting death threats, I'm sure.
Come on, babies. Let's go. Let's go to bed now. Bedtime.
Come on.
Like I'm...
Night-night.
Night-night.
Like from his perspective, I get it, but I think his timing was poor. I don't think it was bad that he did it.
Right.
I just
Again, yeah, like time-wise, because Kennedy was a very popular
They
president.
gave me a mission,
A lot of the country loved him.
but I couldn't do it. I love you.
What?
What kind of mission?
To wire your car, it would explode
What?
when you turn the ignition.
Wow. Oh, they're trying to take you out.
The ministers say you're spreading untruths about Mr. Muhammad.
God.
The ministers say that you're the greatest hypocrite, a Judas.
Wow.
The ministers say that your tongue should be cut out and delivered to Mr. Muhammad's doorstep.
Dude, you're going to create a martyr out of him if you do that, no?
I'm with you, brother minister.
You'll be marked for death.
Yes, sir. Let me die then.
Oh, my God.
Brother, I can't come between you and your father.
You're my father.
Go on home.
Oh.
Don't come back. That's an order.
Dude, that means... Oh, my God. I would not be able to sleep at night knowing they're trying to take me out now.
Yeah, man. But again, he's never been someone who's been afraid of death.
That's true. We saw that in that scene with the... Yeah, that's a good point you just make.
I have called this press conference this morning in order to clarify my position in that struggle. Internal differences within the Nation of Islam have forced me out of it. If you recall everything I said, I started off with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us thus and so. From now on, I speak my own words and I think my own thoughts.
I think we're in Act 3, Aaron.
We must work together. We must find a common solution to a common problem. I'm going to organize and lead a new mosque in New York City known as Muslim Mosque Incorporated. We cannot think of being acceptable to others until we have first proven acceptable to ourselves. To fully understand the religion of Islam as practiced by 750 million Muslims around the world.
It's like he's softened up a little bit, like more open. He's still like within his foundation.
Going to Islam?
This pilgrimage is a religious requirement or a duty of every Muslim that is able to make the pilgrimage at least once in his lifetime.
Huh. Like how they show this almost as like stock footage there.
Right.
It's got that authentic period piece feel to it.
I'm kind of surprised it took him this long into his career as a Muslim leader to do this.
You mean go to here?
To take this pilgrimage, yeah. Seeing how prominent he was. But again, he was, tasked with a duty to go around the country, so.
I'm from Harlem, from the United States. Harlem. Harlem? No, not Harim. Harlem.
I would love to watch the real footage of this encounter.
Oh, did they follow him?
Allahu
Remember they were taping his house, the calls to his house? Maybe the FBI or something? I don't know.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
Wow.
أشهد أن محمدا رسول.
This is incredible. They actually went to the pyramids.
حي على الصلاة. أشهد أن لا.
I don't think those guys are
FBI agents? What would you guess?
Documentarians? Fuck it out. I'm not gonna.
Everywhere I go, I am welcome as a representative of our people. Our struggle is known and respected worldwide. Coincidentally, there are 2 white men who follow me around wherever I go.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right.
Today I arrived in Arabia. I have never witnessed such sincere
hospitality and true brotherhood.
Oh, the numbers have dwindled.
In the ancient home of Abraham, Muhammad, and the great prophets of the scripture.
Yeah.
Today, with thousands of others, I
proclaimed God's greatness in the sacred city of Mecca. Wearing the ihram garb, I made my 7 circuits around the Kaaba.
I can appreciate that he wants to get an understanding of what he preaches, like, firsthand.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the only time in my life that I stood before the creator of all and felt like a complete human being.
Wow.
I have eaten from the same plate, drunk from the same glass, and prayed to the same God with fellow Muslims whose eyes were blue, whose hair was blonde, and whose skin was the whitest of white.
Wow.
People of all colors and races believing in one God and one humanity.
It's almost like he's been like 3 different characters in the film.
Totally.
Once before in prison, the truth came and blinded me. Well, it has happened again. And these generalizations have caused injuries to some white folks who did not deserve it.
Because of the spiritual rebirth which I was blessed to undergo as a result to the holy city of Mecca, I no longer subscribe to sweeping indictments of one race.
Fascinating.
In all honesty and sincerity, it can be stated that I wish nothing but freedom, justice, and equality.
Man.
Now we can really preach what he says when he comes back. I hope he's able to make it back. Just don't know what these guys following him.
But I believe the true practice of Islam can remove the cancer of racism from the hearts and the souls of all Americans.
Wow, what an evolution.
Having exposed any meaningful truth that will help destroy this disease, then all the credit is due to Allah, the Lord of all the world. Please give all my love to the children. I love you dearly. Sincerely, el-Hajj, Malik, el-Shabazz, Malcolm X.
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
It's kind of crazy how, like, for all those years, he was preaching the lessons of a man with an intended goal and skew based off of his experience, and then going to the source itself. He learned enlightenment.
Today, my friends are black, red, yellow, brown, and white. They are very hypocritical when they stand up in the UN, announce the racism practice in South Africa, and say absolutely nothing about the practice of racism here in American society. Physical migration, not at this point, but a mental and cultural migration back to Africa, which only means that we reaffirm our bond with our brothers over there.
God, when I hear that noise.
One of your more controversial remarks some times back was call for black people to get rifles and form rifle clubs. Do you still favor that for self-defense?
Well, I don't see why that's controversial.
Everyone should have the right to defend themselves.
When you tell your people to stop being violent against my people, I'll tell my people to put away their guns.
So then you are still an exquisite. Get your hand out of my pocket!
Oh, Richard Schiff.
What?
Oh, I think that guy was saying.
I've seen this photo before. The real one, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's to defend himself. He's scared. The other people within the organization of Elijah Muhammad are still after him.
Yeah.
Malcolm, you're one dead red. Your days on this earth are numbered.
I would change my number.
They're gonna find it either way. I would probably move.
Come to bed. Get some rest.
Yeah, and they got to be mad. The organization he was part of for 12 years are now saying embrace other races.
I've been the best father. Family shouldn't be separated like ours has been. I promise. promise you I'll never make another long trip without you and the children.
He's not for humanity as opposed to. He still, you know, leads Black forward, but like he realizes that there's more scope and more nuance to his perspective and experience.
Also, he sees that Elijah Muhammad kind of bastardize the whole, you know, organization. Like actually experiencing it and what it's all about. He's like, he said, like, this isn't what it's like what he was preaching, Elijah.
No, yeah, he's teaching a twisted version of what the true religion is.
Exactly.
And that's what he was practicing as opposed to going to the source.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, no. Dude, and he already experienced this as a kid, too.
Oh, wow. The throwback is crazy.
Some type of bomb, Molotov cocktail bomb, was thrown against the back of the house. One was thrown on the side of the house, from what I could tell.
Is this real? This is an actual interview.
This was a definite attempt by the Nation of Islam upon the strict orders of Mr. Elijah Muhammad.
Can you please tell us who bombed the house?
Well, we feel it's a publicity stunt on the part of Malcolm X.
Wow.
Let's get 2 men on post 2 in front of the house. Did you see anybody? No, I didn't see anyone, but I know who it is. You know I know who did it.
Ooh.
And 2 men
on man.
post 2 in front of the house.
There's a civil war in the civil rights movement. Oh, wow.
Oh,
John
was
Carlos
that
Esposito.
Oh my God! Yeah, I was about to say it. You beat me to it.
I like how we both did the Leonardo DiCaprio just now.
Yeah. Oh, we did the meme. When I saw, it, I was like, "Wait, is that him?" Geez, I didn't know he was acting in 1992.
He's been around a long time.
Well, believing in Allah is one thing, but I also believe in being armed.
Brother, we don't want black people killing each other.
Assalamu alaikum.
No, peace be unto you, Earl. Peace be unto you.
That scared me.
Yeah. It's kind of a throwback to the beginning, huh?
Totally. It's a good call. Yeah, now we're in the 60s. 60s style versus the 40 style. The cultural evolution.
Good evening. We have a Malcolm X register.
Are they allowed to give that information out?
Oh, is he sick?
I don't like where this is. This doesn't feel good right now.
Shoot him before he run now. Just not stop ringing. Who knows his days are numbered.
That red nigga of yours is dead, so your bastard children.
Oh my God. The non-stop calls only ramping up, man.
Wake up, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, man. Yeah, they're going to come after him. It's terrifying.
You hear me and you hear me well. You come anywhere near my family, and I will kill you.
Betty,
You will hear?
Oh.
Betty, it's me. It's Malcolm.
Malcolm. Oh. They keep calling. They keep threatening. I'm going crazy every time a phone rings.
I feel ya.
When's it going to stop?
Don't answer the phone anymore.
Beloved, where are you?
I'm in a hotel.
Girls asleep?
Yes.
He says to stay in there day and night, can't leave.
I'm going to stop saying that it's the Nation of Islam that's behind this. I know what they can do, and I know what they can't do. I train them. Some of the things that have been happening lately, I just think I'm going to stop saying it's just the Nation of Islam. They're not working alone. They're getting a lot of help.
He's tapped.
You sure?
Oh, man.
I miss you.
Nation of Islam is working with the FBI, the government.
You're with us even when you're away.
Listen, you come on down to the Audubon tomorrow. We'll be all right. We're not going to let this get us down. We're going to be fine. You come on down. Bring the girls, too.
Girls, and I miss you so much.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Compared to King, this guy's a monk.
Wow.
Looks like he's looking at him in the.
Giancarlo again.
The minister hasn't arrived.
Don't worry. He'll be here like clockwork.
Help me please, but he winds up.
Uh-oh.
It's the police. Wow, yeah, this is a classic Spike Lee shot.
I haven't really seen. I don't even know if I've seen any Spike Lee movies.
Yeah, he always has like the shot of the static character with like the background moving.
Son,
Some BlakKklansman too.
are you okay? Good. I'll pray for you, son.
No, thank you.
Jesus will protect you.
Is the charter ready?
No, Brother Minister.
No, why not?
I apologize, Brother Minister. We'll have it next week.
Next week? We don't have next week. We need it today. The people are out there today. They're waiting to hear the charter today.
What's wrong?
It's a time for martyrs now. Where I feel I shouldn't go out there today.
Let's cancel it.
My wife out there?
It's a time for martyrs now.
Down front as always.
That's what I said earlier. They're going to make him out to be a martyr.
Thank you. I apologize for raising my voice earlier. Very disrespectful.
Brother Minister, I understand.
He's going through a lot of stress and craziness right now.
Yeah, he feels.
And
He
also,
feels impending dread.
yeah.
Minds are changing, why everything is changing. So you and I must consider that we're living in very, very changing times.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I present to you Brother Minister Malcolm, and I pray that you and I will listen, hear, and understand.
Wow, the kid from the.
Oh, when he went
banner.
into the he said, I want to become Muslim. He's like, you don't even know what that means.
Yeah. It's come a long way. Oh my God, the kids. Oh my God, no. Yeah, nefarious.
Yeah,
His eyes.
yeah, those are not like hopeful. I'm ready to listen eyes. Those are I'm ready to do nefarious, dangerous things to you.
Hate in his eyes. What? Cause a commotion. Oh my God, fire! Oh no! Oh. Wow! Oh my God! 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 Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Didn't even get to speak for real. Oh no, he's. Yeah, get his ass. It's not fair.
Person you know as Malcolm X is no more.
Oh my God.
The assassination of Malcolm X was an unfortunate tragedy. Numerous people in our nation who have degenerated to the point of expressing dissent through murder.
This beleaguered, unfortunate, but nonetheless proud community has found a braver, more gallant young champion.
There's the real one, yep. There's the real Malcolm.
I say the word again as he would want me to, Afro-American. Malcolm had stopped being Negro years ago. It had become too small, too puny, too weak a word for him.
Oh, wow, his body.
They will say that he is of hate, a fanatic who can only bring evil to the cause for which you struggle. And we will answer, did you ever talk to Brother Malcolm?
Sound and move just like him.
If you knew him, you would know why we must honor him. Malcolm was our manhood.
Wow.
This was his meaning to his people. And in honoring him, we honor
Oh,
the
they
best
did me.
in ourselves.
Oh, wow. The footage of him.
Our own black shining prince who didn't hesitate to die because he loved us so.
May 19th, we celebrate Malcolm X's birthday because he was a great, great Afro-American.
She's the Oracle in the third Matrix film.
I am Malcolm X. I am Malcolm X. I am Malcolm X. I am Malcolm X.
As Brother Malcolm said.
Oh, is that Nelson Mandela?
It is. It is.
We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being in this society, which we intend to bring into existence.
By any means necessary.
Wow. Wow. What a film.
Whew.
What a film.
What a movie. Oh my God.
Friends, you ever finish a workout, feel amazing for a bit, and then suddenly hit that wall? Or maybe you're just dragging throughout the day no matter how much water you drink? That's where today's sponsor comes in. A sponsor whose product I buy on the reg, and that is Liquid IV. I'm always excited to partner up with a brand whose product I already use. What's great about Liquid IV is that their stuff isn't just about hydration, it's about feeling better all around. Physically, it helps replenish electrolytes faster than water alone, so that way you recover quicker. That's very important, even if you exercise just a few times a week. Mentally, it helps you stay sharp and focused instead of sluggish. And emotionally, feeling good starts with taking care of yourself, your temple, whatever you want to call this machinery that we use every day. And staying hydrated is a simple way to do that. Because I used to try the gallon of water a day thing, and sometimes you just can't hit that whole gallon and then film with a big bloated belly. Anyway, here's why it works. One stick and 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone thanks to their LIV HydroScience formula. It's got 3 times the electrolytes of sports drinks, packed with essential vitamins like B12, vitamin C, so it's not just hydration, it's energy and recovery in one. And the flavors, especially their sugar-free raspberry lemonade, my favorite. It's refreshing, 0 sugar, and feels like a treat. Whenever I take Liquid IV after a workout, I feel like it has made a big difference, especially during busy days. So if you want to feel better and hydrate smarter, healthier, go to liquidiv.com and use code REJECTS to get 20% off your first order. Once again, that's liquidiv.com. Use code REJECTS to get 20% off your first order. Great way to support the channel is go check them out, but more importantly, it's supporting your health. Give it a try. I feel a difference, and I hope you will too. Reject Nation, it's a new year, and we want to start strong, right? And for me, that means finding simple ways to stay on track, especially when it comes to eating well. And that's why I've been loving, this is my own order, not one sent to me, Huel, H-U-E-L, that's on screen, right? I trust them a lot. A few months ago, before partnering with them, I actually asked them to send me a few bottles. That way I could make sure I like it before I talk about it. And yeah, I ended up loving it. And now I am a regular customer. I think I've spent more than they've paid me. Right now I'm down to my last bottle because Koi Jandro, you keep stealing my bottles. Anyway, here's why Huel's Black Edition Ready to Drink works for me. It's a complete meal in a bottle, packed with over 30 grams of protein and 27 essential vitamins and minerals. So you're not just filling up, you're fueling up. Perfect for busy mornings or when I don't feel like cooking or if I'm in a rush, which is my life. Just grab it, drink it, and you're good to go. And the taste, this is so important. Unlike a lot of other shakes, I know you've tried some. Huel actually tastes great. And my favorite is personally the chocolate. Koi, I can't believe you took my last one. The chocolate, it's smooth, rich, and low in sugar. I'm really particular about that too. So if you've been looking for a way to make eating healthier yet easier this year, Huel it is. It's Huel. It's affordable too, less than $5 a bottle. Here's what you can do. You can go to Huel.com and use code REJECTS for 15% off your first order, plus a free gift. That's Huel.com, code REJECTS. Supporting them does support the channel, but also supports your sexy bod. So start your year off strong with Huel. It's quick, it's nutritious, and it actually tastes great. You'll want it in your routine. Jandro.
If you're with us, still hello. The real roomies, myself, Aaron, and Andrew, we just watched Malcolm X. If you are listening on Apple or Spotify, please go and give us 5 stars. Wow, what an experience.
And rejectnationshop.com.
Go to rejectnationshop.com, get your Shejects, get your Agatha. But yeah, I don't want to spend a lot of time on the promotion because it doesn't feel like the time for that. But what an incredible movie.
It's moving.
Obviously, we talked about it at the beginning. Me and Andrew have kind of both been going through it. Mine is literally today. But yeah. I walked away from this movie feeling all kinds of things. I feel empowered. I feel sad. I feel angry. I feel hopeful, and it just speaks to the experience of what movies do.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm proud. I'm heartbroken, and there's just a lot to talk about. You know, he was a great man who experienced a lot in his lifetime, and there's just so much to one, just how this movie was made, really being able to encapsulate a lot of his life within a 3-hour film, and it being able to one, just have an incredible pace, like 3 hours and 20 minutes.
I never felt that runtime for 1 second.
I didn't feel it because it was used so wisely and so incredibly. I almost at a loss for words. I think that Spike Lee did an incredible job with this movie. I don't know what Oscars it won, but I think that it's well deserving of whatever Oscar it won. Denzel,
I'll look that up later.
Was incredible.
Yes.
In the film. I'm still processing.
Yeah.
And that's the nature of what we do here, right?
Yeah.
We have to kind of go through this experience of different emotional intensities and then kind of have a fully formulated opinion seconds after it's over, which is not an easy task, but I'm still processing. So I'm going to pass it off to Andrew.
Well, it's one thing if it's just an incredibly powerful film, but another when it's an actual biography and like this actually did occur in real life. And I mean, I'll talk about a lot of different things that I'm feeling and going through. I mean, incredibly powerful film. I haven't really, if I've seen any Spike Lee films, nothing's coming to mind. He's an incredible director, obviously. And he did a magnificent job on this, really did a lot of homework. It was actually a really, I mean, he only had a few scenes, but they were very impactful scenes in the short amount of time he had.
Totally.
And Denzel Washington, he really embodied the role. I mean, even the couple moments we saw of the real Malcolm here at the end, I was like, wow, like Denzel really did an incredible job just encapsulating himself and really becoming the character almost to the point like you don't even see Denzel. Obviously, of course, I'm not talking about like his face or anything. I'm just talking about when you hear him speak, like he is Malcolm X.
Yeah.
You know, and I assume he won the Oscar. Well, I'll look it up after when we get to the trivia and all that stuff. But if he didn't, I'd be shocked. But incredible performance. I mean, I know it could be recency bias when I'm saying this, but it's just, I mean, one of my favorite Denzel performances I've ever seen. Just one of the best
100%.
performances in general I've ever seen. It's just a powerful moving performance, and just the different stages that he went through as a human being, as a character in general throughout life. I mean, everything he had to go through, from losing his family as a young boy, you know, with his father, then being separated from his siblings and his mother, then being told a certain way, you know, that he's less than nothing, he's less than human, and just accepting that, and because he thought that was normal, and then, you know, then doing the hustler life and becoming a thief and fornication and all that, and then going to prison, and then, you know, being invested in Elijah Muhammad's beliefs in Islam, and then actually going, you know, like once he learned, like once he figured out, like, hey, we're not even preaching what we're saying, we're not even doing what we're preaching here, and having his whole worldview shattered, and then like actually going, you know, to the Mecca to like see, like, hey, like I actually want this to mean something when I say it, because I know I have a powerful voice here, because I think the scene that really impacted me the most, and especially like for Malcolm too, is that guy you said was like, oh my God, this is the one presenting him now, the one who showed up in the things like, I want to be Muslim. He's like, do you even know what that means? He's like, well, you should know what that means. It's like, well, you don't even know what that means, because like this guy, Elijah Muhammad, like he's twisted this entire thing to his will, kind of, so to speak. So like you need to go to the Mecca, like in order yourself, like to understand what it is that you are in fact preaching.
Right, he's bastardized the
yeah,
message.
Yeah, he definitely bastardized the message. So there's a lot of interesting and subtle like foreshadowing and messaging and symbolization throughout the entire film that I really appreciated. And just thought it was like really powerfully done and executed in a way that just like really hit me, like that too right there. Like again, that was just an incredible like foreshadowing from when he did that with that kid, and then like then he was presenting him there, but also too that was just for himself as well. Like when he saw that his worldview was shattered, it's like, oh, now I got to do this. But just seeing the transformation of himself and also seeing the buildup of how he becomes this prevalent person, especially at such a time of horrific injustice during the civil rights movement. When people were just looking for a voice and someone to relate to these awful atrocities, it's just incredible just to see how he rose up the ranks. And I know you kind of spoke about, how we would have liked to have spent a little more time just seeing that, but I personally thought it was well done, it was fine. Could they spend maybe a little more time for sure? But I think like it was, I thought it was done in a way where like I thought, structurally, story-wise, like it was done in a way I'm like, okay, I see like we're starting up small, we're on the street here, and then it's slowly building up, and then it kind of did happen a little bit fast, a little bit abrupt, but I thought it was fine. But yeah, just what an impactful, amazing film. And like you said too, in regards to the runtime, with a 3 hour and 14-minute film, however long it was, I never for 1 second felt that runtime. I was just totally encapsulated by the story, by the characters of what I was just seeing, what I was feeling. And that just says a lot about what pacing is for movies. Like you can have a movie that's an hour and a half that can feel like 5 or 6 hours, and you can have a movie that's 3 hours and 14 minutes and feel like about 20 or 30 minutes. So pacing is a very important thing when it comes to films. And I think this film really nailed it.
No, I 100% agree. I think it is the epitome of being able to master tone and pacing by kind of segmenting this movie into the three parts of Malcolm's life.
Yeah.
Seeing his childhood and his early adulthood within the first hour, and then right around the time that first hour is ending, we see his transition into learning about Islam and Isaiah Muhammad.
Elijah
Muhammad, and him having that again, that rebirth. He was born like 3 times, 3 or 4 times over the course of this movie,
for sure.
And just the change in perspective, because you see him in the 1940s. And I wanted to make a comment earlier in the movie, but the fact that he would put the substance in his hair to make it straight, to assimilate to popular culture or whiteness at the time.
Right.
And I think what only added to that is this element of which I think Denzel's performance is incredible. I think he was ever really able to encapsulate his mannerisms, his personality, his this larger than life essence that he kind of exuded. But the thing that also plays a part into it a little bit, and I'd be curious to kind of hear other perspectives on this, and just taking more information, because I think this is going to be one of those things where I'm like, I kind of like do a deeper dive after our experience here. Mm-hmm. Is that Malcolm X was a light-skinned black man, and I think Denzel's kind of a darker complexion, and watching, I think it was easier for Malcolm at the time to assimilate because of the tone of his skin, but again, Denzel was able to capture him in such an authentic and powerful light. He was powerful, he was vulnerable, he was sincere in every scene that he embodied, and even watching that transition through the different states of his life. You see this through line of this power, the through line of this resilience and this fearlessness through the evolution of his perspective, mm-hmm. and what he perceives to be his truth in life, from his swindling and his drug addicted days where he would rob. He was still that charming guy, he was still quick on his feet, he was still witty. to him then preaching the word of Muhammad, right? And how powerful he got through just that alone. And then because he'd reached such heights, he then was able to find his own meaning, his own redefining of what it meant to bring Islam to America. And it's crazy because they had radically different paths of getting there, but essentially it feels like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X kind of found like a through line, like a similar point of the unity of humanity through their experiences as black men coming up in the 60s. So that watching that and watching his path to getting there was incredibly fascinating and educational and hurtful as well. Just you're fighting for something that is supposed to be about unity within your community. You're fighting for something that's supposed to be about the betterment of man, and you're attempting. You're doing this under the belief of having positive change within your world, positive change within your community, and you were taught these principles that want to hold you, that force you to hold yourself to a higher standard, but then having the people that taught you those things not hold themselves to that higher standard, causing a shattering of faith. And I can only imagine what that does to somebody, like the shattering of their perception 2-3 times over within a lifetime. And I imagine he wasn't even that old. I don't know how old he was. I mean, you guys imagine he was like
shattering of worldview, maybe identity crisis. I mean,
for sure.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. And also at the time too, you're dealing with so much paranoia just because you're getting threatening phone calls. There's also a time of injustice. I mean, he's just like the stress levels are. I mean, just the scenes. I was just also like, I know it wasn't like meant to be a suspenseful film in that manner, but just like I felt suspense in terms of like, just from all the phone calls, whenever cameras would go off and I'd hear gunshot, like I was just in fear of him just from being imagining like vicariously living through his eyes. Like I felt for him every scene, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine the stress of him and his wife, like having to go through everything that they had to go through.
Terrifying.
Yeah, just in general at that time, but just everything else from the threats and just everything they had to deal with. And it was a wild time to say the least, a threatening and insane time. Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's not to the level that it was today, and like some of those things are
still prevalent.
Exactly, they're still prevalent, and go under different names. Those the hate that still permeates through culture and division. And it's kind of crazy that this movie was made over 30 years ago, and still there's so much relevancy within. Not only the fact that it was made 30 years ago, but this takes place in the 60s, the 40s to the 60s, and just how much is still around is disheartening.
Yeah,
and I've lived through some of it myself. I was stopped in high school when I was walking to school, and I was stopped and frisked and had my bag emptied and had my body felt up because I was just walking in a neighborhood, and they thought I was robbing somebody. Robbing a neighborhood, and I was just walking. I was a 17-year-old kid, and it sucks that this kind of is still around, and I'm still hopeful, and I'm happy that Malcolm X went through this evolution of self, finding Islam, and what that did for him and his and how he carried himself. And then finding the truth of what that religion was, not through the lens of this guy who had his own ulterior motives, but through the purity of intention of what that was supposed to be, and then coming to a sense of self from there, like taking those principles and compounding them to be something else. And I am curious to see what would have become of him if he had been murdered. But also kind of to go back to your point, the gunshots, right? That was like a constant motif of the movie, and watching just when we get to the point of his assassination, the rawness and the brutality of how that was captured on film was just like so jarring, and like it's just like it was a moment, but it was also very like, I don't want to say matter of fact. That's not the word I'm looking for, but it was just so raw in the sense like, yeah, he just was shot up on the floor, just
in
like
front of his children,
in front of his children, in front of his congregation, just really terrible. Just really.
I mean, it would have been terrible no matter where he gets shot, but like you just said, in front of his kids and his wife.
Yeah, I'm really curious what happened to them, but
yeah,
I see you have your phone out though.
Well, I was just gonna, before I even get into trivia, some shocking stuff here when it comes to the Academy Awards. The film was not even nominated for Best Picture.
What?
The films nominated for Best Picture were Unforgiven, The Crying Game, A Few Good Men, Howard's End, and Scent of a Woman.
Okay.
Best Director, no Spike Lee.
Wow.
Best Actor, Denzel Washington was nominated, but he did not win.
Wow.
Al Pacino won for Scent of a Woman. Now, that would have been, I will admit, that would have been a very tough choice. Al, have you seen Scent of a Woman?
No, I don't know anything about it.
I will just tell you this because I want to stay on topic here with Malcolm X. Al Pacino was insanely amazing in that movie, but this performance was insanely amazing too. That would have been, all I'm saying is that would have been a very hard choice. But again, very shocking on that one too. But yeah, that's pretty much looks like it's it for the nominations. If there's other ones, I'm just not seeing it, or I could be missing it. But I'm not really seeing any other than Denzel, which is kind of from like nothing with writing, nothing with director, nothing with cinematography, nothing. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked actually, but then I'm not. So IMDb, let's see Few Good Men. I saw that in the thing my head got. Malcolm X. Okay, do some trivia here.
Yeah, I'm still
processing. Yeah, no, it's all. That's
like
like some of the like. I mean, we love what we do here, but like especially with a thought provoking and like sometimes like you can't get all your thoughts out right away with a film like this. There's certain films like, oh yeah, I can get it all out right now, and then there's other films where like the next year like, oh man, now I really got some thoughts right now flowing. So yeah, no, I feel you.
Say the next year.
The next day.
Oh, the next day.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant. It sounded like you said year, though. But
the image of Denzel Washington holding the M1 carbine and peering out the curtains is a direct visual recreation of the iconic photo that appeared in Life magazine. You mentioned that. Director Spike Lee removed all mention of Louis Farrakhan from the film after receiving specific direct threats from him.
Louis Farrakhan.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I don't know who that is. We didn't talk about it, but
let's see. Malcolm X's widow, Dr. Betsy Shabazz, served as a consultant to this film. I wonder if she's still alive. No, she passed in 1997.
Oh man,
rest in peace. Denzel Washington put up his salary to get this film made. Wow. This film was the first non-documentary film that was given permission to film in Mecca. The film's second unit, filmed all the scenes there. The film features 3 generations of Washingtons. Denzel Washington, his son John David Washington, and his mother Lennis Washington.
John David's in this movie?
Yeah. Let's see which role he played.
He might have been an extra or something.
Or
I didn't recognize him.
Let's see who he played in Malcolm X. Student in Harlem Classroom.
Okay.
James Baldwin's screenplay was written and completed in over 2 years after co-writer Arnold Perry's death in 1971. Baldwin's family asked that his name be removed. Therefore, Spike Lee shares on-screen credit with the late Pearl. Okay. I'll read one more and then just do a couple spoiler ones.
Okay.
With a total screen time of 2 hours and 21 minutes and 58 seconds, about 70% of the film, Denzel Washington's performance is the longest ever to be nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor in a leading role. I felt like he was in more of the movie than that, or am I crazy?
There's scenes he wasn't in, but yeah, that's That's an entire runtime. That's
no, I know.
Other
but the
films.
movie's 3 hours and 14 minutes. That means there's about 56 minutes where he's not in it. Did it feel like there was 56 minutes where he's not
I mean,
in
I
it?
don't think you would feel it because you're thinking about like the stuff that's like. Remember at the beginning of the movie, it's just like VO, so that technically would count. It's spread out. There's not like chunks of the movie's not
Right.
in,
I
but,
guess you just don't feel it throughout because they do a good job of spreading it all over that it feels like he's in the whole movie, basically.
And his spirit and his presence permeates throughout all of it.
Right, yeah. At one point, Oliver Stone expressed interest in directing this project as a follow-up to JFK. I have never seen that. Have you?
No.
And his first choice to play Malcolm X was Denzel Washington.
Wow.
It would have been a great choice, and was a great choice. Let's go to spoilers. Just do like 2 or 3, and we'll call it. I'll do the 2 spoilers, I guess.
All right.
One's a little bit long, so just brace yourselves here. But it got a lot of people that are interested in this one. In the film, a white student offers her help to Malcolm X, who rudely declines. This scene is based on a real-life event, and Malcolm regretted it after he left the Nation of Islam. He said, and I quote, "Brother, remember the time that white college girl came into the restaurant, the one who wanted to help the black Muslims, and the whites get together, and I told her there wasn't a ghost of a chance, and she went away crying.
Aww.
Well, I've lived to regret that incident. In many parts of the African continent, I saw white students helping black people. Something like this kills a lot of arguments. I did many things as a black Muslim that I'm sorry for now. I was a zombie then. Like all black Muslims, I was hypnotized, pointed in a certain direction, and told to march. Well, I guess a man's entitled to make a fool of himself if he's ready to pay the cost. It cost me 12 years. That's
because I feel like his perspective lacked the nuance of considering other things outside of America and other races as well. But you definitely understood where his frustration was coming from.
Of course, after everything he's been through and at that time too, and what he believed in, again, whether you agreed with it or not, you understood why he believed that.
And it was also
that.
My first inklings of Muhammad not being who Malcolm perceived him to be came in that one scene where he was talking with his wife, and it kept cutting between him talking with Muhammad and talking with his wife. Like just the way he was talking, just like, okay, this feels like a different person than who Malcolm perceived him to be in prison and who he was when he first met him. So like I got the sense that there was something, because most leaders, I can't speak for all, but most have an abusive power relationship going on, especially with when it comes to women as well. So it's just really unfortunate that a guy who taught the lessons that he did fell to that level.
Yeah. After the assassination, all footage of Malcolm X is of the real man, mostly in black and white. I think we knew that already, but yeah.
Okay. Well, that was great. That was an amazing film.
Amazing
I
performance,
think obviously it's recency bias, but it's definitely, I think, one of my favorite film experiences here on the Real Rejects, and I think also just in general. Happy that I got to experience it with my roomie here and with you guys. This movie definitely impacted me in a very powerful way that I'm going to be processing and thinking about for many hours and probably days after this recording. But thank you guys for joining us so much. We love to do this and have you guys, and we will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Chris Wham.
Who's that?
Literally, as long as we've been talking, I have no, he's the only person I don't know. Chris? Have you given all during the fires?
Yes.
Good.
To some charitables and to some GoFunds.
Good. I just officially paid the thing
today.
And we matched it too. So whatever it was, we just doubled it.
Yeah.
And giving is such a fascinating subject, isn't it?
It is.
It's like the best thing to think about. And the time it's most important is when choices are the most hard, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes it shouldn't be so hard to give. But I think we grow up primarily in like the culture we've grown up in has been, it doesn't feel like it's been about giving,
No.
It's about harboring is what it mainly feels like. I think there's a lot more voices out there about the importance of giving, but we even had to kind of convince people to give so that way you benefit off of it in some way. Because I think and what I mean by that is like by giving it does it can make you feel good. You can do it for write-offs. There's like a billion reasons that you could do it if you're like, oh, the more I really do believe that if you want to receive more money, you have to learn how to give money as well.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a big belief of mine. So I'm like, oh, if I want to make more, I got to be willing to give more, right? And I think sometimes things are black and white, but I've really become obsessed with the term mutually beneficial.
Sure.
Because mutually beneficial, I think it's totally cool and perfectly okay as long as you do care for the other person to benefit as well.
If it's from a mutual motivation.
Yeah. Even if it is like, yes, I stand to benefit something off of this.
If we're helping each other grow, it's all grow.
And I think when it comes to giving, that sounds like you're sacrificing, getting rid of to some people, right? So then but really you do have something to gain when you give.
You're adding your support to something.
You're adding your support to something.
And your
character-wise, I do think you get that. I think it's just laws of the universe, man. I think you get something back in some way.
It feels karmatic.
Oh, that's a great way to put it.
If people,
is that a word, karmatic?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's someone probably
it's like a
smooshed
brilliant word because it sounds like automatic. It's like karma.
Yeah,
that's a brilliant word.
I cannot take credit. I know I've heard it used at least. So
damn, that's strong.
But it does. If you ever hope, if you have the wish that in dire times someone might help you, it's like there's no. The thing is, you have to do it blind and with faith and for the sole reason that it's good to do because it's like you can't count on it coming back, but if you hope it will, you should probably put that out there.
What you just said, that latter part, is where my whole life is me based off of me doing what I can to be a good person by taking the right actions, because of what I grew up with. But that part I do have a struggle with. It does take me like a second to like just push the button because it's right. Well, where I don't feel like that in a very genuine way, why I brought all this up, where I don't feel someone struggles with that based off of their actions and not solely dependent on my interactions with them, is Chris Wamoff.
Sure.
By the way he does, even with like, especially with us, when he gives like these large amounts out of like nowhere a lot of the time and like doesn't even say anything.
Not looking for the
it is an
attention for it.
unusual kindness that I don't think I possess.
Sure.
Maybe I do in some way, but not with that level of action when it does come to money. And I do feel like there are times like there are people like Chris where I tend to tip pretty well. I feel like if someone wanted to cancel me over tipping, I'm like, you'd have a hard time doing it. I'm a pretty fair tipper.
I try to make it worth your while.
I'm not like, oh, did they do this? I tend to just be like, nah.
Unless something was like wrong, terrible. There's like a baseline, like, I'm just going to tip you nice.
Although I am starting to understand some other aspects of the value of tipping, right? Because tipping, especially in LA, it's so important to tip.
Sure, man.
Because people really live off that. It's just there's a lot of times where I have been like, I order something for pickup. They get it ready in 5 minutes. I just go pick it up. And then it's the automated machines. And it's like, you want to tip 25, 30%? I'm like, I mean, not really.
There is a weird line there.
It's an okay. Like, unless this was like a holiday or something. But I'm like, that should be okay, right? To be like, well, I will still tip. But will I go high on that tip?
That's a question. Yeah, it's like, what's the because okay. So like, if I'm ordering a mobile Starbucks, like, or whoever, a coffee bean, whoever is appropriate to buy coffee from right now. Usually, if I have the time, I'm going to a place that doesn't have an app at all. But if you're ordering a mobile and there's a tip option, usually I'll throw in the same kind of tip I would have. But yeah, if it's just like,
you're paying like $40.
If I'm tipping you to like just bring the thing I bought over here for me to grab it, it's like, it's nice to tip if it's like if you're comfortable enough. But I feel like
is fine.
There's a greater understanding of like, well, there's not the same level of like attentive service that you're receiving and like craft that you're necessarily receiving in certain scenarios to where, you go like, is a tip part of this interaction, or is it more just us acknowledging that it's hard out there and hey, I'm here, so maybe a tip?
I think a little tip is, and then that case if you drop like a few bucks in or something like that.
Sure.
But I'm like, there's people out there probably have a completely different philosophy. There are people who are shitty tippers and don't tip, do that whole like estimation, right?
Yeah.
I wish I had. Like, honestly, I'm just scared to be that person. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. I'm scared of that because I'm like, what if I run into a conflict over the tip and I don't want to? I'm like, I just want to give a good tip.
You don't want to end up in a Larry David situation.
Exactly,
in a world where we live in an out of context archive where, like, it kind of doesn't matter once somebody throws the idea out.
There's a big part of me that just wants to be like, no, like, here's why.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't feel like Chris is that. I feel like Chris is always like this giant ass tipper.
Chris
he just does he's just a good fucking person.
Chris seems to have achieved, or I admire that you have the ability to what seems like, put support in the places you want to as you see fit. And it's hard to do that for people because we live in a society where like money is in certain places it doesn't belong, which creates this situation where it feels like I gotta get a surplus before I can start really like being a little more charitable in how I think or what it's harder in society to get out of the scarcity mindset to be generous that way, which is why it's such a weird problem. Because I'm sure for certain people being petty about tipping, they don't have to worry about it at all, but sometimes people are also worried about it because just like those little things add up, and that's also real, and it's rough. So like you lead by an example. As much as obviously it benefits, your generosity benefits us and benefits the causes that that helps toward in certain situations as well. Like I'm inspired to get to a point where like I wouldn't have to sweat the kinds of displays of generosity you have shown us, on a consistent basis, and to feel just like totally, to feel mainly concerned with the goodness that is. Like, yes, that's a good gesture. I put support into something I care about, and that's all I'm kind of concerned about. Well, and like, hey, a tax write-off or whatever, that's just a bonus for 8 months down the line.
Sure. Yeah, man. Chris, you have been an inspiration. So thank you, man.
Absolutely.